We will be practicing Vinyasa. It's a fun sequence. I'm so grateful to be here with you. This is the first sequence for September. I can't believe it's September already. Before we get moving, I'd like to share a concept that I've really been sitting with over the past few days. And it's this concept of productivity and what we value both individually and collectively. You know, so much of our culture really is about what we produce, what we can tangibly create, what we could document. You know, what adds to a day is the amount of things that we can fill it with, the amount of things that we checked off of the to-do list. And some of you might know this about me, but a few years ago, I had a pretty serious eye infection that required that I stay in bed for a few months. And I was all of a sudden, for the first time in my young life, this is quite a few years ago now, I was, I believe, 24. And I all of a sudden couldn't use my body. I just laid in bed all day. I had ice packs on my eye. I was barely alive in all the ways that I would quantify it. And something that I learned that I will always walk with is this deep inner knowing that, you know, your worth, your intrinsic value, your reason for being gifted this body in this place and time it has nothing to do with what you produce or what you can create. Really, it has to do with your capacity to just be present, to be awake to whatever this moment happens to be. That's what really adds intrinsic value. That's what adds meaning to this human life. So that's a big thing, but as you move, it can start with a little reframing. Just reminder that you're not here to create anything that has to do with aesthetics. You're not here to achieve a certain shape or achieve any expectation. Your job is to use the body as a means to observe your mind and to observe what is. So the value of the practice will come from the degree of presence, the degree of breath, the degree of life that you can breathe into it. It really doesn't matter what you do. So anyway, keep that in mind. And for class today, if you know that you find a block helpful for half moon pose, I invite you to grab one. And without further ado, let's jump right in. Make your way into a wide knee child's pose. Wide enough so that the torso can fall heavy between the thighs. But more importantly for today's class, the knees, the thighs are wide enough so that you find that first layer of discomfort in the hips. But it's just that first layer. Let the forehead be heavy down to the floor. Just notice the natural rhythm of your breath without interference. And then begin to breathe some space into the shape. Let every inhale travel from the tailbone to the center of the heart to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, let the arms, let the armpits, let the chest, the belly fall a little bit heavier to the floor. And then notice what you feel in the hips. Keep moving with that slow rhythm of breath. Find a pace that works for you. And as you're ready, gently make your way to a tabletop position, shifting your shoulders above the wrists, the hips above the knees. Just begin to move around. Let curiosity lead. Nothing would be right, nothing you could do would be wrong. Eventually finding some form of stillness. Inhale, lower the belly towards the ground. Spread through the sit bones, spread through the collarbones, lift your gaze. We're gonna pause here. Spread your fingers wide, press through the palms, squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another, and then tilt the tailbone high. Taking a big inhale there. Exhale, begin to tilt the tail in the opposite direction, tailbone towards the knees, towards the heels, engage the glutes, chin to chest, round the spine. Good. And then just feel what you feel. Taking a big inhale. And a full exhale. We'll move a little quicker. Inhale, lower the belly down towards the ground, tilt the tail high. Exhale, tilt the tail in the opposite direction, round the back body. 3 more rounds of breath just like that. Next inhale, come back to neutral. We'll keep our hips right above the knees. And then begin to walk the palms forward, melting the chest down towards the ground. At first, it can be passive. Bring your forehead down to the ground. Begin to extend the arms long, melt the chin towards the chest, and lift the tailbone high. So this is our passive puppy dog pose. Take in a big inhale. Exhale, begin to press into the palms, shrug the shoulders by the ears, tilt the tail in the opposite direction, and round the back body. So just like cat pose. This is our active puppy dog pose. Good. All right, so now we'll move between those 2 shapes, 3 rounds of breath. Inhale, lower the belly down towards the ground. Tilt the tail high. Exhale, navel towards the spine, chin to chest, round the back body. Twice more, just like that. Next inhale, come back to a passive puppy dog pose. And then very gently press your hips back towards the heels, child's pose. Knees out wide, exactly where we began. But see if you can notice what sensations are present in the upper body. Try not to move, try not to fidget, just observe any tingling, any change in sensation, circulation of the upper body. And then when you're ready, make your way back to a tabletop position once again. Good. Begin to tilt the tail slightly, hug the navel up and in so the core is really strong and active. And then reach the right leg strong behind you. Good. So you can point your right toes, you could flex the foot, but wherever you are, you're engaging that right leg. Try to wrap your outer right thigh down towards the ground. And then find a soft and steady point of focus with the eyes. Good. Take in a big inhale, get long from the right heel to the crown of the head. Exhale, right knee to nose, round the back body. Inhale, expand back to 3-legged tabletop. Exhale, right knee to the left elbow across the body. Inhale, back to 3-legged tabletop. Exhale, right knee to the right elbow, or maybe even the right shoulder. See if you can keep equal body weight in both hands, keeping that right leg lifted high. You can choose to stay right here, or begin to extend the right leg long, just a few rounds of breath. And then slowly, we'll all step our right foot out wide, so the sole of the right foot finds the ground. Working a little bit more into the inner right leg. shift your hips back towards that left heel any amount. And then keep flowing with your breath. As you inhale, you can come forward. And as you exhale, shift the hips back. Just a few more cycles here. Next inhale, we'll make our way back to three-legged tabletop. Right leg extends far back behind you. Lengthen the center of the heart, the crown of the head forward. Good. Curl your left toes behind you. Big inhale. Exhale, right knee to nose, round the back body. Inhale to three-legged dog. Begin to extend your right leg high up and back. Left leg straightens. Press the palms down and forward, hug the navel up and in. And then stack your right hip above the left. See if you can wrap your outer right arm down towards the ground, and then you can bend your right leg. So it's as if your torso is between two panes of glass. And then while you're here with open hips, you can go through and make some circles with the ankle, first in one direction and then the other. Big inhale here in three-legged dog with open hips. Exhale, step the right foot to the outside of the right hand, runner's lunge. Good. Soften the left knee down to the ground. Woo. And then for the first few rounds of breath, press through the palm, hug the right knee towards the right bicep, lift through the center of the heart as you sink into the hips. And as you find that even rhythm of breath in and out the nose, you can choose to stay as you are, or for a few rounds of breath, you can lower onto your forearms. Wherever you are, how fully can your awareness stay with the breath, with the body? And then slowly you can rise back up onto the palms if you're not already there. Curl your left toes behind you, engage your left leg. Inhale, step the right foot back to a plank. Exhale, elbows hug the ribs, knees down or not. Slowly lower the belly down to the ground with control. Tops of the feet down to the ground. Elbows towards the side body. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards one another behind you. As you inhale, lift the chest, glide the shoulders back and down the spine, engage the glutes. Exhale, heart to the earth. 2 more cycles of breath. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lower it down. 1 more cycle, your pace, your expressions. Elbows towards the side bodies. Palms right by the low ribs. Curl your toes behind you. Engage the legs so much your kneecaps lift off of the ground. On an exhale, rise up through plank, child's pose, or tabletop. Back briefly to downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal out the heels. You can sway the hips. 1 big clearing breath in through the nose. Exhale with the sigh, let it out the mouth. Soften the knees down to the ground, tabletop position. Shoulders above the hips. Extend your left leg behind you. Press through the palms. See if you can wrap your outer left thigh down towards the ground. Engage your left leg. Taking a big inhale, get long from the left heel to the crown of the head. Exhale, knee to nose, round the back body. Inhale, expand, left heel back, heart forward. Exhale, left knee to the right elbow across the body. Inhale, expand. Exhale, left knee to the left elbow, or maybe even the left shoulder. Okay. Press through both palms. You can stay exactly as you are, or begin to straighten your left leg. Okay. Take in 1 last big feel an opening in the inner left hip. Press through the palms. Take in a big inhale, get long. You can shift slightly forward. And as you exhale, rock back your hips towards that right heel. Keep moving just like that, your pace, 3 rounds of breath. Once you follow your 3 rounds of breath, inhale, left leg behind you, 3-legged tabletop. Spiral your outer left hip down towards the ground. Curl your right toes behind you. Big inhale here. Exhale, left knee to nose, round the back body. Inhale, left leg back, heart forward. Exhale, left knee to, or rather, sorry, we're going to do that one more time. Whew, take in a big inhale. Exhale, left knee to nose, round the back body. Inhale to 3-legged dog. Left leg high up and back. Straighten the right leg. And then feel free to open up the hips. You can stack the left hip above the right. You can circle through the left ankle, first in one direction and then the other. Reminder, it's not what you do, it's how fully can you feel. Take in one big inhale. Exhale, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand, runner's lunge. Soften the right knee down to the ground. All 5 toes on your left foot are forward. Hug the left bicep towards the left shoulder. And then at first, just let the hips be heavy. Lift through the center of the heart. Stay with that even rhythm of breath in and out the nose as you observe sensation in the front of the right hip. And then, if the breath invites it, if curiosity invites it, you can soften your forearms down to the ground as well. Wherever you are, find some stillness. Stay still enough that you can really be here. And then rise up, back up onto the palms. Engage your right leg. Inhale, step the left foot back to a plank. Exhale, lower down, your variation. Inhale, lift the heart, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, glide the hips up and back, downward facing dog. A few rounds of breath to feel the residue of your practice so far. Deepen your commitment to the breath. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale, big sigh, let it out the mouth. Slowly walk your feet forward to the outsides of the hands, Malasana, frog squat. And then soften the hips down towards the ground. You can bring your elbows to the inner line of the legs. Palms can touch. Let the tail be heavy. But let the chest be open. The spine is tall. All right. So you're welcome to just hang out as you are for the next minute or two. Or you can come with me. We can do a little bit of functional movement. So first, you can bring your hands to the knees. And then we'll just try to rotate the right knee across the body, tapping it down to the floor, and then coming back to Malasana. We'll do the same thing with the left. You pivot on the foot. Bring the left knee down to the earth, and then come back to Malasana. So you can move through that just a few times on your own. You don't need to move at any particular pace. Our goal is to be aware of whatever we're doing. All right, you're welcome to stay exactly as you are. Or next time you're coming through center, you can pause here. Feel free to watch me, and we can add a layer. Next time, you move your knees both over to the left, windshield wipering the legs, and then pointing the toes. Begin to lift the hips, extend them forward, and then lower the hips down towards the ground. you make your way back to Malasana. Good. We do the same thing on the right. Windshield wiper the legs over to the right. Point the toes. Lift the hips, extend them forward. Lower the hips down towards the ground. Flex the feet. Come through center. Okay. So you're welcome to join me. Moving at your own pace. Just like all things, when you do them at first, they can be really uncomfortable. But it gets easier as you go. And next time you're making your way through Malasana, just pause there. Palms to touch, tailbone heavy, heart is broad. Ragdoll pose. You can bring your hands down to the ground. Pivot all 10 toes forward and then begin to lift the hips high. You can keep a really big bend in the legs so that the upper body can just dangle. And then interlace your hands to the low back. And then as you extend the arms upwards towards the ceiling or maybe down towards the floor. Try to eliminate the space between your upper right thigh and your low belly as the head hangs heavy. Just a few deep rounds of breath here. And then soften the fingertips down to the ground. Keep the deep bend in the legs. Let the head remain heavy. And then with an inhale, vertebra by vertebra, begin to lift the torso. Rise all the way up until you're in a standing position. 3 rounds of Sun A. You can keep your feet hip distance apart or big toes can touch, heels can be slightly apart. Keep that slight tuck of the tail towards the heels, navel up and in. You're tall through the crown of the head, hands to the heart. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale it out the mouth. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, palms to touch. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Inhale, lift the chest, halfway lift. Hands to the floor, step the feet back to a plank. Big inhale. Exhale, lower down, your way. Inhale, lift the heart, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, glide the hips up and back, downward facing dog. A few rounds of breath here. Feel what's moving. Feel what's shifting. And feel what you feel. You can move at a different pace than me. You can move in a different rhythm. Take in a full inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, travel forward to the top of the space. Inhale, lift the chest, halfway lift. Exhale, chest to thighs. Inhale, root to rise, reach the arms all the way overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Big breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, palms to touch. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Inhale, lift the chest, halfway lift. Hands to the floor, step the feet back to a plank. Big inhale, find length. Exhale, lower down, your way. Inhale, lift the heart, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, glide the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Challenge yourself to be still, to observe. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, travel towards the top of the space. Inhale, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, chest to thighs, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise, reach the arms all the way overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Inhale, lift the chest, halfway lift. Hands to the floor, step the feet back to a plank. Big inhale, strong core. Exhale, lower down, your option. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, glide the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Once in downward dog, really press through the mound of all 10 fingers. Shoulders upwards by the ears, bending the legs as much as you need to find that long line in the back body. Next, inhale, reach the right leg high, three-legged dog. We're moving on to our main flow. Big inhale, get long from the right foot to the tips of the fingers. And as you exhale, step the right foot to the inside of the right thumb, low lunge. Good. Extend through the left heel, lengthen through the center of the heart. Press your left palm down into the earth. Inhale, reach your right arm high, find vertical twist. Good. Anchor your right hip back in space, left hip crease steers forward. Engage your left glute. With every inhale you take, lengthen the center of the heart forward. Exhales to rotate your left ribs underneath the right, opening up the right side body towards the ceiling. One more big inhale. Exhale, right hand down to the floor, low lunge. Grounding through all four corners of your right foot. Inhale, step forward, one-legged halfway lift. Good. Feel free to slide blocks underneath the hands. Lift your left heel high, engage your left leg, engage your left glutes. Feel all that wobbles, feel all that shakes, but then invite the breath within it too. Take in a big inhale, get long from the left heel to the crown of the head. Exhale, Jiva squat, left knee behind the right, gaze towards navel, make yourself small. Twice more just like that. Inhale, get long, left heel to the heart. Exhale, hug it in. Good. Last time, big inhale. Full exhale. Stay right here with the left knee behind the right. Bring the left hand to the hip. Your right hand is at the upper right corner of the mat, or it could be on top of a block. Good. Take in one big inhale here. Full exhale. Inhale, open up to half moon pose. So now we stack our left hip above the right, like we just did in three-legged dog. Our chest is between two panes of glass. Left leg is strong and active. With every inhale you take, stamp the left foot back, lengthen the center of the heart forward. Take in one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, step the left foot back to warrior two. Open the arms wide, do a T. Woo! Good. Track the right knee towards the right pinky toe. Sink deeply into the hips, but keep grounding through the outer edge of the left foot. Soft and steady point of focus with the eyes. Flip your right palm upwards. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Reach your right fingertips high up. Keep the depth in the front knee, and feel free to look towards your left pinky toe. Keep hugging the low ribs in. Gliding the right shoulder back and down the spine, sending the breath into the side bodies. One last big inhale here. Exhale to a vertical twist. We'll cartwheel our arms down towards the ground. Left hand clamps, you pivot on the ball of the left foot, and then reach the right arm high. Good. Press the ground away from you. You're welcome to stay here, or flex the feet, and now point all 10 toes over to the right. I like to bring my left hand slightly forward, press the ground away, anchor the right hip back, left hip crease steers forward, glide the right shoulder back and down the spine. Take in a big inhale here. As you exhale, you can choose to sink the hips down any amount. Extend your right fingertips towards the back of the space. Shrug the left shoulder by the left ear, and then notice what you feel in the left side body. So we'll move between those two shapes. arc the right arm upwards by the ear, reach the arm forward, lift the hips high, create space between the left shoulder and the left ear, and as you exhale, sink the hips. 2 more cycles of breath. Slowly arc the right arm upwards. Make your way back to a low lunge. Pivot all 10 toes forward. Plant the palms down to the ground. Inhale, step the right foot back to a plank. Exhale, make your way back to downward facing dog in whatever way feels right to. You can choose to add a vinyasa, you can skip it. Onto the left side. Inhale, left leg high up and back, 3-legged dog. Press the palms down and forward. Keep the left leg really active. Big inhale into the side bodies. Exhale, step the left foot to the inside and left thumb, low lunge. Left knee right above left ankle, anchor the left hip back in space. Left knee right over the right ankle. Good. And then lift the left arm upwards, find a vertical twist. With every inhale you take, extend through the right heel, lengthen the center of the heart forward. Exhales to rotate your right ribs underneath the left, opening up the left side body towards the ceiling. Take in 1 more big inhale here. Exhale, left hand down to the ground, low lunge. Ground through all 4 corners of the left foot. Prepare your blocks if you like to use them. Inhale, step forward, 1-legged halfway lift or grounded airplane. Extend through the right heel, lengthen the center of the heart forward. Take in a big inhale, find length in the side bodies. Exhale, Jiva squat. Right knee behind the left or maybe to the outside. Shift your gaze in, make yourself small. Inhale, expand, right heel back, heart forward. Exhale, hug it in. Last time, big breath in. Big breath out. Stay in this contracted state. Left hand to the outer left corner of the mat, right hand to the hip. Big breath in through the nose. Big breath out any way you need. Inhale, open up, half moon pose. Stacking the right hip above the left. Keeping your right leg strong and active. Maybe choosing to extend your right fingertips upwards. Take in 1 last big inhale. Exhale to warrior 2. Step the right foot all the way to the back of the mat. It's parallel to the back edge. And then sink into the hips so that the left knee is right above the left ankle. Arms open up wide, do a T. Flip your left palm upwards. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Reach your left fingertips upwards. Draw the navel up and in. You can gaze towards the right pinky toe. Keep tracking the left knee towards the left pinky toe. Take in 1 last big inhale. Exhale to a vertical twist. Sweep or easy twist. Sweeping your right hand down to the ground. Extending your left arm high. Good. We're high up under the ball of your right foot. Create some space between the right shoulder and the right ear. You're welcome to stay as you are in an easy twist, or bring a flex to the feet, and then be given to pivot your toes over to the left. Keep pressing your right palm into the earth, anchoring your left hip back in space, right hip crease steers forward. This is dragon lunge. And then as you exhale, if you choose, you can sink the hips down towards the ground, find lounging lizard. Extending your left fingertips back, shrug the right shoulder by the right ear. You can choose to gaze toward your left hand if you like. We're going to flow between those two shapes. As you inhale, lift the hips, arc the left arm forward. Exhale, sink into the hips. 2 more cycles of breath. one breath to one movement. Whatever's stagnant will start to move. So just observe whatever comes to the surface. Find stillness. And then commit to the breath. Big breath in through the nose. Exhale it out the mouth. Inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot forward, low lunge. Inhale, right arm high, vertical twist. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, one-legged halfway lift, step forward. Exhale, jiva squat, left knee behind the right. Inhale, expand. Exhale, jiva squat, prepare for half moon. Inhale, half moon. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, vertical twist, easy twist. Left hand down, reach the right arm up. Big inhale here. Exhale to lounging lizard or low lunge. Inhale, arc the arm high, pivot the toes forward, low lunge. Inhale, step the right foot back to a plank. Exhale, your path to downward facing dog. A few rounds of breath. Try not to fix or change. How steady can you be? All right, one more side to go. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale it out the mouth. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg high up and back. Exhale, step the left foot forward, low lunge. Inhale, left arm high, easy twist. Exhale, left hand down, low lunge. Inhale, step forward, one-legged halfway lift. Exhale, jiva squat. Inhale, one-legged halfway lift. Exhale, lower down, jiva squat, prepare. Inhale, half moon. Exhale, warrior two, right foot back. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, easy twist, right hand down, left arm high. Big breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, step the left foot back to a plank. Your path to downward facing dog. Feel what is moving. Feel what is shifting. We're going to flow through it one more time with a few little additions. We can meet back up in downward dog. We'll dance one last time together. Big breath in through the nose. Exhale it out the mouth. Inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot forward, low lunge. Inhale, right arm high, easy twist. Exhale, right hand down, low lunge. Inhale, one-legged halfway lift. Exhale, jiva squat, left knee behind the right. Inhale, one-legged halfway lift. Exhale, jiva squat, prepare for half moon. Inhale, half moon pose. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, easy twist. Left hand down, right arm up. Big breath in. Exhale to dragon lunge or lounging lizard. Inhale, arc the arm forward. Lift the hips high. Exhale, lower it down. to not use the right hand as you slowly pivot onto the ball-ish of your left foot. Bring the right shin forward, and then whenever you need to, you can use your hands to make your way to pigeon pose. Woo. And if that's not happening today, that's completely okay. This is all play. Taking a big inhale, lengthen through the center of the heart. And as you exhale, melt the chest down, half pigeon pose. About a minute here to simply breathe. Slowly, you can rise all the way up, back up onto the hands. Curl your left toes behind you. With an inhale, lift the right leg high up and back, where we all began. Open the hips, stacking the right hip above the left. You can choose to stay right there, circling the ankle, circling the knee, or you can soften the right foot down towards the ground, lifting through the heart, finding wild thing. Making your way back to downward facing dog for one last side. Only when you're ready. So as I moved through the sequence, I realized that on the left side, we didn't pause in dragon lunge and lounging lizard. My fault, but I am perfectly imperfect, and we're gonna add a little bit of extra love this time around. And we'll all be good. Big breath in through the nose. Big breath out the mouth. Inhale, left leg high up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Inhale, left arm high, easy twist. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, one-legged halfway lift. Exhale, Jiva squat, right knee behind the left. Inhale, expand. Exhale, Jiva squat, prepare for half moon. Inhale, open up, half moon. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale, reverse the warrior, left arm high. Exhale, easy twist, right hand down, left arm up. Big breath in here. Exhale to dragon pose. Pivot the toes forward. Begin to anchor the left hip back, right hip crease steers forward. Keep the hips high rather. And as you exhale, begin to lower the hips down towards the ground, left fingertips back, lounging lizard. Good. Now we flow with the breath, 3 cycles. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, lower the hips. 2 more cycles, wherever you are, choose to be there fully. And next time that you can bring the hips back to a neutral place, plant the palms, stack the left shoulder above the right, and then you can choose to keep the left foot on the floor, or you can choose to lift the left leg high. You could also bring the left foot in front to the right. Many options for side plank. All right, little mobility, stability challenge. You can choose to remove your left hand out of the equation and try to transition to a half pigeon pose without the use of the left hand. Whenever you need it, it's there for you. Just a silly challenge. Taking a big inhale, lengthen the heart upwards, crown of the head upwards, anchor the left hip back in space. And as you exhale, fold forward. See if you can be still. Any Even in the absence of conscious movement, there is always movement within because of the breath. Follow that just for now. Gently rise all the way up, back up onto the palms. Engage your right leg behind you, lift it off of the ground. With an inhale, keeping the arms, the palms strong, gently make your way to three-legged dog. Opening up the hips, stack the left hip above the right. You can stay there, circle the ankle, circle the knee, or you can bring the left foot down, lifting through the center of the heart, wild thing. Before making your way to downward facing dog, one last time. Find stillness. Big breath in through the nose. Exhale a big sigh out the mouth. Inhale, walk, step or hop your feet forward all the way between the hands. Find a seat. And then make your way onto your back. Woo! Make sure you have all the space you need to feel comfortable. And then once we're lying on our backs, we'll bring the feet down to the ground. And as you relax your arms by the side bodies, your middle fingers could just barely graze the backs of the heels. Spread the fingers wide. And then try to plant your low back to the earth by bringing the tail towards the knees. And then as you inhale, begin to press into the soles of the feet. Begin to lift the hips high, bridge pose. Find a soft and steady point of focus with the eyes. Engage the glutes, lift the hips up a little bit higher. Take in a full inhale there. And as you exhale, slowly soften the back body down to the earth. Vertebra by vertebra, keep the thighs, the knees, hip distance apart. Good. And then keep moving with your own rhythm of breath. So with an inhale, you lift the hips high. And on an exhale, you soften the hips down towards the earth. No need to move one breath to one movement, but know you can. Find your own pace. And then gently soften the back body down to the floor. Bring the soles of the feet to touch, knees out wide. Bring your left hand to the heart, right hand to the belly. Let the arms be heavy. The shoulders can relax. Let the jaw relax. And observe how every inhale creates just a sense of rising in the chest. And as you exhale, the body naturally becomes heavier. You stay with the breath, allowing this to be a practice of presence. And then when you're ready, gently guide the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a gentle squeeze. And then bringing your knees towards the shoulders, big toes to touch. So we're in a reclined child's pose. You're welcome to stay exactly as you are, or you can extend your ankles above the knees, receive your feet from the inner, the outer edges. Find happy baby pose. Feel free to sway a little bit from side to side. Know that our goal is to really ground through the 2 inches to the right. Keep the knees in close and lower the knees in towards the chest. You can keep the gaze neutral, or you could choose to look over either shoulder. Shift the neck back through neutral. Inhale, knees back through center. And then shift the hips 1 or 2 inches to the left. Knees in towards the chest. And lower the knees to the right. You can keep the spine neutral, or rather, you can keep the neck neutral, or you could choose to look over either shoulder. Just about 5 cycles of breath. Observe how the belly rises and falls. Gently guide the knees back through neutral. And then giving yourself one last, final, sincere moment of recognition for showing up for yourself. So love yourself in the way that we often look outside of ourselves. Begin to bring your forehead to the knees, knees to the forehead. Give yourself a big bear squeeze. You can create some tension, scrunch the muscles of the face. And then eventually making your way to your final resting pose, final Shavasana, opening the feet wide, lifting through the chest. Taking the time to walk the shoulders a little bit closer together underneath you so the arms can relax by the sides, palms face up. And then at this point in practice, we release control of the breath. We're invited to simply be in this moment. So we began class by speaking about how our value is not connected to what we do, what we produce, what we do for a living. Instead, it's determined by our presence, our capacity to breathe right here, right now. To show up exactly as you are. And our last moment together, see if you can begin to notice, to feel how the edges between the body and the surroundings begin to blur, creating this sense of peace that comes from knowing that we're not separate. We're part of the whole. And this is where I will leave you today. If your day allows, I encourage you, I invite you to stay a little bit longer in this place. If not, close out the practice in a way that lets you seal it with presence, with appreciation. gratitude